Right, job today is to replace the fuel filter on a Renault Kadjar. I've just ordered a Bosch one. I'm just watching some videos on YouTube on a Nissan Qashqai, which looks similar but isn't, because it's got 4 pipes coming off it and this has only got 2. And over here somewhere was the primer, so I've still got to find the primer. But yeah, I've ordered a Bosch filter from Euro Car Parts to replace this. So yeah, but it looks things it's a 13mm on there. Get the 2 off and get the housing off, so I'll come back. So yeah, those 3 13mm nuts and bolts come off, but there's a plastic thing, pipe thing holding that on. It goes to here, which also I'm not really sure how to release them, but what I'm going to do is use a pair of pliers just to pinch it from the back side and release it. I was looking for a priming bulb, but I can't seem to find one, and according to the internet it's a self-priming system, and that's what I believe this motor to be here, so I reckon this will probably pump fuel into the system. So I think you just need to cycle the ignition a few times and it'll kick into place. So yeah, I'll give that a go. Right, now that connector's off, just squeezed the back of that with pliers and it popped out and got the housing out. I just need to probably release this. These just push off. What I'm doing is I'm painting a note. Connectors on this side. This one with the white dot goes the furthest away from the connector, and that one goes back on there. And this should be a relatively simple job. I think that just pops up, pushes down. I'll tell you in a minute. Big brother keeping an eye on us. Right, so this is a 10mm. I had to take it all the way out in order to get the canister out. It kind of sits inside of here. I actually put a mark on the old one to show you how far down it to put it, but actually it just sits in here. And in order to get a wee socket on there, because it's a pain in the arse to do it with a spanner, you actually lift that. This is all intertangled with this. So it's actually, all of that is moving up and down, but if you lift that up, it gives you, because I'm recording, you lift that up, it gives you enough space. Because you can't get a socket in there with the water pump, the whatever that is, but you lift it up and you can get into that now. So what I'm about to do is disconnect these plastic plugs and push that in until it clicks all the way. I should probably not have nipped it up until I was happy with the position, but it's kind of roughly where it was. Hopefully you just saw that, but yeah, took them off, popped it in, put that in. That was a pushy down release. There we go, it's all back together. Try and prime it now. Right, so it's more or less back together. I haven't nipped it up fully because I want to test this self-priming thing. So again, according to the internet, this looks like the self-priming function. So I'm not going to put my foot, because it's an automatic, I'm just going to go in the car and push the start button, and I'm going to leave the camera here to see if I can hear it priming, or recording priming, so that's what yeah, that solenoid definitely activated, and was pumping fluid. I could hear the fluid pumping through there. I dare say if I took all that off and disconnected it, there would be plenty of fluid, so let's try starting that. Okay, so now the first start was a bit rough after I started it, but now it's saying clean diesel filter, so maybe I've not done something right. According to the internet, that's because water's in it and you need to replace the filter, but I've just put a new filter on it. So after a couple of days of investigation, the car thinks that there's water in the diesel filter, and what I've found out from the internet is that actually there are 2 types of filter. This filter the Bosch filter was supplied to me by Euro Car Parts based on me putting my car registration in, but the original one has a white top and this one has a black top. If it's got a white top, it's got a water sensor in it, and if it doesn't have a black top, it doesn't have a water sensor in it. And if it doesn't have a water sensor, it's always going to fail thinking there's water in it. Now, with a bit of luck, apparently, thanks to another YouTuber I'll link, you can actually get into the electronic sensor by releasing this system. I should be able to pull that out and put it in place of the other one. So that's what I'm going to try and do just now, because then otherwise it's 60 quid filter wasted. The other thing that I did while I was debugging this was that you can actually drain the water. So I didn't realise that diesel floats on water, so you can actually drain it. So on the old filter it does say for the water drain, turn on the key ignition. Do not do that, because when I put the ignition on, the little pump fired and squirted about 1.5 litres of diesel all into the engine bay, which was a disaster. So don't do that. Just take it, disconnect the whole thing. The video I'll link below, the guy shows you how to do it, so well done him. I wish I'd seen that video before I'd started this, but I'll let you know how we get on. Cheers. And hopefully you can hear me over the engine, but I'm just checking for any leaks. But yeah, I just pulled the original Nissan filter straight out. It's just pop it straight up after you release that clip. It's a wee bit, and this is it. This is the actual one that came out of the Bosch, and it does have like it does have the water sensor on it. Maybe it was just a faulty sensor, who knows. But what it's saying is that if there's water between those 2 points, then it's got a short circuit, because water's got less resistance than diesel. So I'm glad that when I took it off I put the plastic caps on to protect the old one. So yeah, as soon as I fired it up, the error cleared itself, so job done. Happy days, thank God.